Hello there, it's Sunday evening. Welcome to my vlog. Now I normally start my vlogs on a Monday morning, but I've decided to start now because I'm putting my vlog out early this week. It's going to be going out on Tuesday night, which you'll be watching right now because I have an operation. Well, it will be tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. I am watching Elise Rose Crochet at the moment. It's 10 o'clock at night. And I'm just learning a few things about crochet. Now, if you are interested in what I've been doing with the crochet, I'm more than happy to do the odd tutorial. Now, I am not saying I am an expert or any of those things. I'm not going to be starting a crochet channel all of a sudden, but I thought it'd be fun to show you guys what I've been making. Now, you might know or not, this year, instead of making a resolution to stop doing something like most people do, you get your goals and things, what am I going to do for 2024? Well, this year, I decided, as well as health and travelling, which I've got on my list, which is normally on my list anyway, is learn something new. And I've decided to learn crochet. Now, I have had experience of crochet, but it was only when I was like 15 and my gran showed me, and I could only do circles. Literally, that's all I could do. So I made lots of rosettes and table mats and stuff like that, but she never showed me anymore, so I couldn't really go any further. So this year I've started afresh, started again, and so far I've made quite a few things. The first thing I made was granny squares, because they're super easy to do, and I can always show you how to make those. I've got a whole pile of them up here. I'll just get one. This is one I've been sewing together. A nice simple granny square, and you can sew them together to create almost anything. Like clothing, cardigans, bags, scarves, pretty much whatever you want. And this is the simplest granny square that you can do. So that's how I started. I then decided to have a go at blankets. And I've done quite a few blankets. I've done 7. I'm trying to think now. I did my brother. Then I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 sold one. 7 that I'm still working on. So 7. I've done 7 blankets so far. And this is since January. And we're now March. I've made 1 hexagon cardigan, which is for sale in the shop. I've started making some fingerless gloves, but kind of got distracted, so they're up there. That's one of my whips. A whip is a work in progress, so I've got that going off up there. I've got a blanket on the go, which is for me and Simon, which is a really thick one. It's prop heavy wool. I'm using the extra chunky for it, and because it's hard to do because of how thick the wool is, it can tire out my hands, so I do a bit of it each time. I've got another hexagon cardigan that I've made a top. I made a blue top last week. You'll have seen that on my vlog. It's a bit big. I'm now on to another hexagon cardigan, which depends on how good it is as to whether I keep it or not, but the colours are beautiful. So I'm on with that. Plus, I was making another rainbow blanket. Got a wee bit distracted because I remembered I bought some pillows recently. And thought, do you know what? Let's try a pillowcase. So let me show you what I finished today. So this was going to be a rainbow blanket, and I decided to pause and make it into a pillowcase. Pillowcase is probably not the right word. It's a cushion cover. So it depends where you are in the world as to what you call it. The cushion cover underneath is a green. So I've gone for greens with a bit of bright pink in the middle. On the back, I've just gone for a nice simple brown, a nice deep brown colour. The brown took me 3 hours today. I've been doing it this afternoon. And the front of it probably took me maybe 3 hours. A bit in the shop, a bit when I was at home. And I'm so pleased with it. I'm really, really pleased with that. So it could, a day it would have taken me to do that. And I think it's so bright and fun. So I think I might be keeping this one. Because it's gorgeous. It's so nice. So I've got another pillowcase here, which is going to be my next one, But I think I'm going to finish this first. Finish the hexagon thing. But isn't that good? I'm really pleased with myself. That's so impressive. So easy to make. And one of the reasons I decided to go with crochet was because I've done cross stitch my whole life pretty much. I was in a bad car accident when I was 19 and I'd only been driving for about a year maybe. Someone drove into the side of me, crushed the whole of my very first car. A little Renault 5, it was my first car. And I had terrible whiplash and had to be off college at the time. But I still went to work at the theatre. I used to work in theatre. That's my first love. I worked at theatres and I was working at the Palace Theatre in Manchester at the time. I was a dresser, so I was doing basically whatever came through. So I was so lucky I got to work with Michael Sheen, who's now a massive actor. He's been in so many different things. He's played Tony Blair. I worked with Cliff Richard, Adam Faith, John Barrowman, Joe Pasquale. I could just list them. And it was just a fantastic period of my life. I worked as a dresser. I worked doing lighting and sound and things like that. It was great. The only ones that I hated were the ballets. No offence to any ballerinas, ballet dancers now, but then, they were such divas. They would stand in the corridors and go, "Dress me," and you'd have to do it all for them, and they'd just stand there like they would. Oh my God! I think the best that I ever worked with was the Royal Shakespeare Company, out of this world, wonderful people, and Opera North. Opera North, one of the best well-known opera companies in the world. And they're so down to earth, so funny, just a genius set of people. I adored it. And they were fabulous. I'm kind of going off a little bit, but I thought you might find it interesting. So yeah, as I say, it's nearly 10:30 now on Monday night. I've finished my pillowcase. I was going to sell it, but no way. That's going in my conservatory. I love it. I am going to be making more of them because I do want to have a section in the shop that's just handmade, Etsy Moan. Oh, have you made this? Have you made that? Well, some of it I do make, some of it I don't. So, I want to make sure that it's all handmade as best I can on Etsy so they don't get upset with me. But I also want my shop to feel a little bit unique. The antiques are kind of taking over and they're making more money right now. I did go through a period of time where I'm failing here. But you know what? I've got enough to deal with. I've got a big operation this week. Well, it's not actually that big an operation, but it's a big change. So I've got that to deal with. I'm having my Invisalign after so long. I'm finally having that this week. So I thought, you know what? I'm not getting stressed out. I'm just going to do what I can as best as I can. Still selling things, still selling online. It's just not doing great. What I earn covers the shop. Literally, that's it. So there's no profit, which is a bit of a shame. I would say I earn more from the online than I do in the shop. And I try and separate it a little bit when it comes to the financials. I kind of go, right, so this is how much it's coming from online, and this is how much is coming from the shop itself. So what the shop earns basically pays to have the shop. I don't want it to be a glorified showroom for online stuff, but there is an element of that. And it is great to have everything out so you can properly, show people things when I'm doing the lives. And I am aware I need to increase the amount of time that I'm on live. But sometimes I'm not a big fan of being, a QVC presenter. I don't like salespeople, especially salespeople like that. It just, I can't do it. So what I try and do is put it more as an educational thing, and if people want to buy, that's cool. If they don't want to buy, that's cool as well. If I can just educate, that's why I do the Crystal Live on Wednesdays, although there isn't one this Wednesday and there wasn't one last Wednesday, but they will be back, where I just educate about crystals and the stuff that's in the store. I've started to show people the antiques as well, which has been quite fun, because some of them have sold. I've sold a clock, I've sold a bully, like a bullseye bully, and some other stuff, which has been great. So I'm trying not to get stressed about it. I'm not getting myself like worked up, because it's too much. Luckily, Simon's been wonderful about it, and because he's got such a big portion of the shop now, literally upstairs is all antiques. We're kind of sharing the rent now, which is just wonderful. It's really evened things out, so the stress has like come down a lot from doing that, because initially it was all me, but him coming into the shop, it's been fantastic actually. It feels less like I'm doing everything on my own, which I'm so used to doing. I am a control freak, so letting go of the reins sometimes when Liz is doing like the window design or putting stock out, I'm like, and next day I'll be like changing stuff around. Not that she's done it wrong, it's just I've always had that control freak in me. I think you have to have a bit of that as an entrepreneur, I suppose. So yeah, I don't know what else to say now. I suppose I should get ready for bed, but I'm really not sleepy. I might do a bit more of this crochet, and then I suppose I should really get to bed. Tomorrow I'm in the shop. There's some orders to do, and then some antiques that are downstairs all set up. And I'm selling my guitar, one of my guitars. I have a beautiful acoustic, a Tanglewood behind me, and I also have a Tanglewood electric guitar. I think I've used it once since I got it. And I never bought it, it came through the shop. Simon did one of his wonderful refurbishment jobs on it. It's beautiful. It's wood, so it's not painted, which is why I love it so much. It's a wood body. It's just lovely. But it's telling me to go to bed. I'm never going to play it. I struggle playing guitar. I suit ukulele because it fits my hand much better. I've got a ukulele behind me just there. So yeah, I've decided I'm going to sell it. So that's going to the shop tomorrow. I'm going to pop it up on the wall. And if you guys are interested in seeing said guitar, let me know. It's Tanglewood electric guitar. He's refurbished it again. Not that it needed it, just, checking the strings and all of that, testing it. And it's lovely. It's just something I'm not going to use. I was just going to give it to Simon to sort out. But he said, why don't you sell it in the shop? I thought, you know what? Absolutely, why not? So I'm just picking up bits of wool. This seems to be the new thing. Bits of wool everywhere. All over the house. Literally everywhere. And I have to put my bin up off of the floor because Alfie will just pull everything out of it. And it's just mess everywhere. Anyway, don't go anywhere because literally I don't normally vlog on a Sunday night, but I thought I'm going to get a head start on because I've got lots to say, and I will be back in the morning. Stay with me. Oh, and before I do get ready for bed, please subscribe. Loads of you watch my vlogs but don't subscribe. And it's great because it means that I get higher in the algorithm the more likes and thumbs up I get, which means hopefully I'll get more people viewing my vlog. And you're going to see things first. You'll get a notification that my new vlog is out, which is kind of nice. Right, so I'm going to continue with this one, I think, although I've only got a tiny bit of wool left on this. And this is the Aldi wool I bought. It's called Ombre Yarn Lilac Pink. I did the blue one for the top that I did the other day, which is too big, but I'm still proud of it because it's the first one I made. We're on with this one. See you in the morning. Morning, it's Tuesday morning, it's 10:15. I've got the post to take. I was supposed to take it before I go to the orthodontist, but Edward was faffing about outside the front door, so I had to let the cat in. So I'm running late, but it's okay. I'm going to go to the orthodontist first. I'll take the post later. It's totally fine. I've got all day. I'm a bit hungry, but I didn't really want to eat anything until I've had my teeth sorted, and I know that sounds a bit crazy, but I am running late as well, so I didn't really have time to eat much this morning. So yeah, it's time. It's finally time. I'm going to have my first set of Invisalign put in. Let's go. So I'm here. I'm in the car park. I'm stupid giddy today. I'm like buzzing. I needed to calm down. I wouldn't say I'm like super excited, but you know when I've read up on it and it's something to do with cortisol and you get this like anxious kind of buzz thing, and I've had this for years in the morning where I kind of feel anxious and buzzy and weird. So I've got that this morning, but it's probably because there's so much going off, so much change. I'm kind of anxious yet a little bit excited and all sorts of things. So yeah, I'm going in. I am starting my Invisalign today, although technically I've already started. We've had the x-rays all over the place, backwards and forwards. There's a previous video to that. I'll put the link in the description so that you can check it out, sort of to learn. And what I will do is I'll create a playlist, so every time I mention my Invisalign, I'll put it in that playlist so it kind of makes a little bit of sense for you guys. And pacemaker, I've just had a phone call from the nurses, like the rhythm team. I'm not sure the full name, but anyway, just to answer a few questions. There were some tablets I was supposed to stop. Wasn't sure which ones it is. Turns out I guessed right. Guessing's not ideal, but got it right. There's a few other questions like how long am I not allowed to drive for? How long till I have a shower? Those kinds of things. So I think I'm all set. I feel so much calmer than I have been doing since I've spoken to this guy. And it looks like I'm probably going to have the Bluetooth version, because they tend to offer that to the younger sort of patients, which means it's going to have an app on my phone which downloads the information and sends it to the hospital, which is just genius, isn't it? It is so clever. So yeah, I will tell you everything about the pacemaker over the next few weeks, getting it fitted tomorrow. I'm not vlogging tomorrow. This vlog goes out today, which I've already said, but I will vlog when I'm at the hospital and so on, what it felt like, what it was like, how all of that kind of stuff, just so that other people can learn, really, because I'm, underneath everything, I'm always wanting to be an educator and to help others. So that is one of my aims, to educate others on the processes that I've been through, what it's like being a real person, and I'll tell you like it is, whether it was a good experience or not. It turns out I can shower sooner than I realised, which is a good thing. He said like 3 days, which is great. Means I can sort of sort my hair out a bit sooner. Not that I'm the best at always washing my hair when I should, but wanting to be clean is the thing. Right, so I'm going to go in now. Let's get my first set of Invisalign in. Let's do this. Right, so I'm back. I'm probably going to sound a little bit like hissy, I would think, for the first 3 or 4 days until I get used to having these in. It was so easy to put them in. Oh, I'm spitting, apologies. Take them out again. I've got a right bag full of stuff. So I've got some jobs to do in town, so I'm going to go and do those. And then I'll show you everything that I get in my little snazzy bag. I've got a little snazzy bag. It's got all sorts in it. So yeah, I'll go through that and show you exactly what's in the bag. But now I need to get pyjamas that open at the front for the hospital tomorrow. And I also want to have a quick look in a knitting place which does pillow fillings and stuff like that, because I'm starting to make pillows, cushions, sorry. And I want to see what kind of fillings and sizes and all of that kind of thing they've got. Also, I've got to bear in mind that it's got to be fire retardant as well, so I'm going to go and have a look at those. Aren't car parks a pain in the ass? Excuse me using the arse word, but won't let me put cash in because it's not working. So then you have to get the app and then try and pay on the app. That don't work either. Then you have to phone a helpline. Can I not just park? Wow. Right, so I'm walking to, it's called Habit Knit, I think. I've seen it before because when I used to do the markets here, I knew where it was but never went in, so I'm going to have a look. Well, that was disappointing. Habit Knit, it's rubbish. Got so little to choose from. Didn't have the size of pillow that I wanted. Didn't have any decent buttons. Didn't even have any ombre or multicoloured wool. Wow, I thought that it would be better than that. That was really disappointed. So I know of another one, so I'm going to go and have a look at that. I think it's more to do with cross stitch, but we'll give it a shot. This one looks more promising. Let's give it a go. That were better, much better. Got loads of stuff. Pricey, but I think they have to be, you know, because you're trying to keep a shop in a major town, so you don't have a lot of choice. You could probably get cheaper online, but sometimes you just need stuff. So I got some stitch markers, couldn't find the buttons that I wanted, and I got a couple of things for Liz. I sent her a picture and she was like, oh, get me that, get me that. So I've got a couple of, it's like wool for inside, whatever you're making, I think. So I've got some for that for Liz, and I'm just going to have a wander around the shopping centre and get some pyjamas, hopefully. Right then, so Primark saved the day. I got some navy blue with a white outer, cotton soft pyjamas. So thank you, Primark. I'm now going to work my way back to the car, but I still need some buttons. But the two places I've been to didn't really have very much selection. Right, so I'm home. I've done all sorts. I did some second-hand shops while I was in Wakefield. I got a couple of balls of wool because they're in one of them buckets that you get in a second-hand shop. I got Simon some stamps. I've had a sandwich. I've washed my teeth, put my Invisalign back in. So what I thought I'd do is just show you what you get in the bag. So there we are. Right. So, first of all, if I find it, you get, not that, you get one of these to put your Invisalign in. I've made myself up a little bag which has got toothbrush, toothpaste, tooth floss, and that's going in there as well. So I've got my little tooth pack wherever I go. Let's have a look what else we've got. Aligners must be worn for 22 hours per day. They should be removed, cleaning the teeth and eating and drinking other than water. Change it in 7 days. So that's that. Then we've got the pack from the aligners that I've got, which I'm going to mark on the app because there's an app. Invisalign system instructions for use. There is my next set of Invisaligns for in 7 days. There is Retainer Bright Cleaning Tablets, kills 99% of odour causing bacteria, helps remove stains and plaque, blah blah blah. So there's 36 tablets, 1 month's supply. So you get that. What else is in here? You get these chewy things. It's like just a rubbery chew thing that you chew to make sure that they're in properly when you first put a new set in. So I've got some of them. You got a hook, which is Ortho Ease Retriever, which helps you take them out if you have trouble with them. And then finally, this snazzy Invisalign bag. It's really nice. Let's see what's in the Invisalign bag. It cost me enough, so you know, free bag is always a bonus. I'm sure it's not free. I'm sure it's in with the cost. I can explain how much they cost at some point, but they're not cheap. But luckily, I've been planning for this. Little card that you put on it. So let's see what's in here. Yes, the box. Inside the box is... How do we open this? Oh, it's a magnetic one. It's a bit posh. So you get a Invisalign. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, isn't that nice? It's like a little black one to put them in. That's nice. And cleaning crystals in here as well. And then there's some kind of booklet at the top. And it says if you open it up, there's even more information underneath. Oh, there is. Care and instructions underneath. So there we go. I'm already using the red one. I like this one though. This is nice. It's a little Invisalign thing. So I might put that in my little bag. So I've got that there as well. Although saying that, it might be good to keep one at home. One for out and about and one for at home. So we'll keep that one at home. And we'll put the cleaning crystals and stuff in the bathroom. So yeah, this is it. This is my first aid. They don't hurt. The only thing I'm trying to get used to is the plasticky feel. I've got an ever so slight lisp, but it's only tiny. And I think I'm going to get used to that pretty quickly, I hope. So there we are. Simon's home early, which is very nice. He was coming in as I was coming in. He's gone down. I think he might be gardening. I'm not sure. So yeah, exciting times. So we're both in a can't be bothered mood, and I've just been working out what's in the fridge and the freezer for dinner. But I don't think there's enough to actually make a whole meal up that makes sense to me in my head. Apparently we've got some steak chips, but we've got scampi, and I can't have steak chips with scampi. It needs to be the proper chips. I like the crinkle cut chips. It's got to be them. So it looks like I'm off to Lidl. We're both laid in bed. Well, not in bed, I'm like sat on it crocheting. And Simon's laid down. It's like, it's middle afternoon. It's like 4:15. What are we doing with our life? But you know, sometimes it's good to just do nothing. So I'm going to go to Lidl. I think I'm getting potatoes so I can get him to do dauphinoise potato. I can't even say it. Dauphinoise potatoes tomorrow. And I'll get some other bits, I suppose, while I'm there. Oh, I can't be bothered now. You know when you get in that mood? But that's no good for dinner, is it? So, looks like I'm nipping out. Well, that was dead easy. Straight in and out, get everything I want, although I forgot cream. So I managed to get everything, and it pays to check the app while you're in the queue ready to pay. £5 off. Yay! Little wins. You have to celebrate the little wins now and again. So yeah, get the little app. I literally looked at what needed activating, went through them all. Turns out I had £5 off if I spend 25 quid. Bargain. So yeah, I'm going to go home and make some food. I might change my mind from the scampi now. We might go beef. I'll see how I feel when I get back. Right, so this is today's dinner. I have done a baguette with mince with cheese on the top. I have to fast, so I'm deciding to fill up on food. Yeah, there's a bit left. Oh no! Oh, I've just discovered there's silver paper under Simon's dinner. So we've got baguette with mince and cheese. I just fancied one of these. So I've just had my dinner. It was very tasty. It is a French baguette with a bit of butter in, with mince and sauce, with a bit of cheese on the top. And then a chocolate muffin with custard, and it was proper tasty. I thought I'm going to make something a bit different because I've got a fast now. I can't really eat anything because of the operation tomorrow. So I'm just sorting out some orders that Liz has kindly brought back from the shop for me to get posted and sent off. Simon will be dropping them at the post office tomorrow. Simon is my chauffeur. And yeah, I'm just going to do a few bits and pieces. I've got the crochet going off as well tonight. And yeah, I'll be slowly getting ready for bed. I feel all right at the moment. I'm not anxious. I'm not nervous. That phone call this morning really helped. Made me feel a lot less, overwhelmed by the whole thing. So I'm going to sign off from the vlog now, but don't panic. I am vlogging throughout the process as much as I can. So my next vlog is going to be out on Sunday. So it'll be like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it'll be a good few minutes, quite a chunk of days. So I'll catch up with you again on Sunday. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, loves.